Welcome everybody to another live stream lesson with me, Fuchs, and Ukulele Zen. So glad that you're here and really happy to be sharing some music with you. I look forward to this each and every Sunday. These live streams happen each Sunday at 12 noon New York City time. And I appreciate you showing up and hanging. We got some folks in the house from all over the world. Pirate Jenny, glad you're here. Thank you to everybody who has joined us. Today, we're going to get into this week's topic, which is just going to be an easy breezy ukulele jam. We're going to play between 3 and 5 easygoing songs using this songbook right here, given to me by my friend Petey Mac. Petey Mac, who is a ukulele teacher, such a sweet guy from the Memphis, Tennessee area. And let me know in the chat if the sound's okay and if the visual is okay. You know, you never know living out here in the country like I do if there's squirrels chewing on your telephone line. I mean, for real, that once happened. So it's the price for living in the middle of nowhere. But I'm so glad that you're joining me for this jam session. I wanted to get started with the songbook. If you haven't done so already, check out the link in the description below because you can download this whole songbook. It has a clickable index, so you see that all these songs, you just float your mouse over the numbers and you can go to all different songs. I wanted to start with a tune on page 147, and this is a 3-chord song by the Irish band U2, and I still haven't found what I'm looking for. This is a wonderful song to play, wonderful song to warm up with. And after we play it, I'll teach you a cool strum. And that strum is outlined here. But for now, just follow along in a way that feels natural to you, that feels easy for you to follow along. And let's start with our C5 chord. You know, you take your C major chord, and then you just drop the finger right there, so you have open, open, 3, 3. All right, that's going to be our first chord of the song. The second chord, it says F sus2, which is open, open, 1, 3. Open, open, 1, 3. And these chords, they kind of, you know, without putting a lot of echo on it, mimic some of these sounds that the edge creates. All right. The other chords you're going to need are a good old G major chord. All right, so right now, just warm up, guys. Playing the chords with me. Then you have an F major chord, and then you'll have a good old C. All right. Let's get this started. We'll start with our C5 chord. Strum any strum you like right now. Your voice by breathing in and sing any note. This is a nice way to warm up your voice and your strumming in a way that feels musical. Let's play from the first verse. I have climbed highest mountains, I have run through the fields, only to be with you, only to be with you. Strum along. I have run, I have crawled, I have scaled these city walls, only to be with you. Here comes the chorus, but I still haven't found what I'm looking for. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. I have kissed honey lips, I felt the feeling, fingertips, they burn like fire. It's burning desire. I have spoke with the tongue of angels. I have held the hand of the devil. It was warm in the night. I was cold as a stone. Sing along with me now. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Thank you for joining me. Hang on your C chord. This is a C5 chord. Now drop the first finger to the first fret. You get that F sus2 chord. Now lift it off for C. This is a little melody inside your chord. Let's sing the next verse, and then I'll show you some cool things you can do with that. Here's the third verse. I believe in the kingdom come, then all the colors will bleed into one, bleed into one. Yes, I'm still running. You broke the bonds and you loose the chains. Carry the cross of my shame, of my shame. You know I believe it, but I still haven't found what I'm looking for. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Two more times. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Let's take it down to a whisper here. Slow it down with me. Thank you for joining in. How you feeling out there, folks? Really appreciate you spending your Sunday with me. If you're watching this as a replay, there will be timestamps in the description down below. Let me know where you're from. If you're just joining, please feel free to share this link with your friends. Invite some ukulele and music-loving friends to our weekly jam session and lesson. That was U2's I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. Takes me back to high school. First concert I ever saw was at U2, the Joshua Tree tour. So there's so much that you can do with a simple 3-chord progression. And you know, if I had all my delay pedals set up, and someday I will do that, you can start to really emulate some of the things that the Edge, the guitarist from U2, creates. Beautiful sonic textures. And we can start to create a wall of sound with our strum, and I want to show you how that will work in a moment. Dagmar, I see. Yeah, we're of the same era. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Grant. Yeah, definitely fantastic album. I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for hanging. As usual, these weekly jam sessions, you know, happen every single week, New York City time. So I want to thank you very much. What we're doing this week is a little easy breezy uke jam. And I want to take you a little deeper into the strum, you know, just have a little teaching moment, and then we can move on to the next song. If you haven't already, please download the song sheets. It's a whole packet of songs. We'll reference this songbook in the future. Different format than the songbooks that I teach with. If you're enjoying this, please give it a thumbs up. Share this link with your friends. And there are some links down below if you feel motivated to support. A donation is, of course, appreciated. Not expected, but certainly appreciated. Let's get into a little bit of strumming. Cheers, everybody. What are you drinking? I have a Tulsi turmeric ginger tea. It's a chilly April, go figure, in Vermont, USA. It's very chilly here in April. We had 7 inches of snow just the day before yesterday. So that's April in Vermont. Dean is drinking coffee. Cool, man. Let's take a look at the strum. Now, there are a lot of different ways you can strum this song and still deliver the song in a beautiful way. I want to share this 16th note pattern with you. What I have written out is a steady stream of 16th notes, and then on certain parts of the pattern, we're going to accent. All right, there are many different accent patterns you can put on this, and I want to show you this, but first let's get into this melodic thing that you can do. So take a look at my hands. Take your C5 chord, that's your C major chord with this. All right, so get comfortable with that. Make sure your thumb is loose. And you're going to add this melody to the C major chord. And you can do this in a lot of different ways. It can go straight down. It can just hang out on those two notes. You could go up. So just check out some of the possibilities. Right, there's a lot of things that you can embellish with the C major chord. Then when you get to this F chord, it's written as an F sus2 on the chart, but it's just open, open, 1, 3. If you take the second finger off and on, you get this embellishment, right? It's decorating the F chord. Yeah, and you can decorate it that way. You can also decorate the F chord by dropping the middle finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. We got Starlight in the house from Ireland. We're playing a song by U2. I love all Irish music. Of course, U2, superstars of the rock kingdom. And so when you put these two together with the song sheet, what you get is you get this interesting effect where you can start to, you can, if you wish, start to play these two chords in a melodic way. Let me demonstrate a little bit, and I will show you on a high G as well. Take a listen. And you just find your own way of doing this. I have climbed highest mountains. I have run through the fields only to be with you. Only to be with you. how you do this is totally up to you. I like to leave things improvisational and open. You may like to do it in between the voice, when there's breaks in the vocal line. I have climbed highest mountains, little space. Put it in there. Okay? So those are the embellishments you can do over the chords. There's one other embellishment you might like to try, and that's on the G chord. When we're playing the G chord, pretty standard thing to do is to drop the pinky right there on the 3rd fret. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. All right, so hope you have fun playing with those embellishments. And now I want to share with you a variety of the strum. And Grant, I hear you loud and clear. Grant in the chat saying, it's hard to sing and strum at the same time. And I'm going to offer first the strum and then a simple exercise for singing and strumming. Then we're just going to jump right into another tune. Steady stream of 16th notes. Say it with me. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. Then 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... So you want to get real comfortable with this idea of the strum is a constant background of down and up. All right, we cool with that? Now let me zoom in a little closer so I can show you the really important thing, which is to when you're doing this, make sure it's very light. We have to have it in the background, okay? So very light. Try to be precise with it. You count 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E. Do it with me, come on. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1. Very nice, everybody. Thank you. So, it's very loose, very floppy. And we've already started to add some accent patterns. We were going heavy on the 1E and the 2E and the 3E and the 4. Now, you may like to watch this video again and practice this because this is a very cool pattern. We're going to put the accent on 1, then and, then 4E and a. Like I said a few minutes ago, so many different ways of doing this. Eventually, once you're comfortable with this idea, you'll be able to pull out accents anywhere in your strum. How about I demonstrate it? Everybody just watch me do this once. 1. You see how it's kind of coming out of the texture. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... All right. Sounds like I need another sip of tea. This is filling up the space quite a bit. You could take some of these out, but this is what it is in a nutshell. You go 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1. We're going to practice this together 2 or 3 times, and then we'll just try it at high speed. And you can sit with this on your own and practice it. It's important that the background of 16th notes is very quiet and you really can know where the counts are that you're accenting. You feel it eventually. All right? Can you feel that? Can you hear how there's 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right? Let's do it a little slower on our C5 chord. Definitely not too late, Andre. Glad you're here. Here it is. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1. I admit this is a tricky pattern, but we came here to learn something, and I'm glad you're here with me. Thank you. Just one last thing, and then we'll move on. You keep it very light, and some of the constant down and up strums can disappear. You know, they really fade into the background. So it's very, very light touch. So this is a blueprint for really mapping it out specifically. You can count it. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and up. And then eventually try to just feel it and create your own patterns as well. All right, let me know how you're doing in the chat below. Appreciate you being here. We're going to move on to another tune. Down in the links down below is a link to my mailing list if you'd like to stay in touch. And if you are enjoying this and you would like to support, there are some links down below. I appreciate you being here. Donations are always appreciated. Not expected, of course, but definitely appreciated. Merci beaucoup. Danke schön. Dankjewel. Cheers. Shalom. Spasibo. Merci. Grazie. I'm slowly learning how to say thank you in every language. And muchísimas gracias to all the patrons. Really appreciate your support on Patreon. I have some really cool lessons coming up in the next weeks and some bonus content. Thank you very much. The little dude thanks you very much too. We are ready to jam another tune. Let's go to the song sheet, and we're going to go back. What's nice about this song sheet is right here at the bottom. You just click right down there where it says back to index, boom, and you're back at the index. So I thought it would be really fun to play a song where the chords just keep going around the same pattern over and over and over again. And a good example of that would be Hit the Road Jack. So let's play Hit the Road Jack, page 130. Here it is. This chart looks a little complex because it's a jam session. So, you know, in a live room. Remember when we used to get together in live rooms together? I look forward to that happening again. Women sing one part, men sing another part. Let's just all sing together. This chart is really the same chords going over and over again. A minor. Join in with me. A minor. Then you have G. And then you have F. Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate your kind comment. So appreciated. And then E7. Very, very important chord progression. So let's zoom in and get this under our fingers. Come on now. We go A minor twice. G twice. F twice. And then E7 twice. More and more you play chords, the more and more they just become your best friends. You know, you can really know where where the choreography of your hand is. It's going to be a little different for everybody. For me, A minor just hangs down my my middle finger straight. G, I have to angle my fingers. Pay attention to these details now, and then you don't really have to think about it in the future. And then E7, a little more of an angle, right? All right, let's do this together. We're going to do a little more of a swing feel. 1, 2, 3, F, E7. 1, 2, 3, 4. A minor. Thank you for that super chat, Nan. I so appreciate you being here. I appreciate your support. Is everybody ready to jam? Let's sing it. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, don't you come back no more. What you say? Hit the road, Jack, don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, don't you come back no more. Oh, woman, 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 oh, how you treat me so mean. You're the meanest old gal that I've ever seen. I guess if you say so, I better have to pack my things and go hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Now, baby, baby, listen, don't you treat me this way, but I'll be back on my feet someday. Don't care if you do, this is understood. You ain't got no money in your pocket, you ain't no good. I guess if you say so, I guess I have to pack my things and go hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Now, right now, strum the chords. And see if you can sing that descending bass line. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. After a while, it becomes really natural to start to add some rhythm to it. Do your thing with me. Come on. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 da, da, do. Oh, 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 oh. Double do da de ding go dang ga dang down. Ba do ba da. Ba bo bam ba dum bo bam ba. Let's sing one more chorus. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Don't you come back no more. Don't you come back no more. Big E7, A minor. All right, easy breezy jam, holding down 4 chords. Wish you were in the room with me, because I would take a solo over your chord. So there are a lot of cool things you can do with these 4 chords. Somebody already dropped in the chat. Randall is saying the stray cat strut. You're darn right. That is totally stray cat strut. Thank you, Johann Sebastian Bach, for providing us with this classic chord progression. The Passacaglia descending bass line. And so what we're singing is an A to a G, to an F, to an E, the root notes of the chords. The, la, la, la. Such a classic thing to jam on. And if you make a recording of this, you can have a wonderful jam track to practice your blues licks in A minor. All right, so fun things that you can do with this chord progression. Let me know if there are any questions about this tune. And I'm going to show you a little something extra you can add to it. Let me know what questions you have. Thank you very much for joining me. Cheers to everybody. I'm here every Sunday at noon offering this jam session lesson. And I'm so glad that you're here. If you would like to support this, there are links down below. If you're interested in offering a donation, signing up for my mailing list. And there is also a link for the tree picks giveaway. I'm giving away tree picks, guitar picks that are made of wood that sound totally awesome on the ukulele. I'm going to demonstrate one right now. And there's also a link to help me determine what the next challenge that I'm going to offer, a little lesson series. Thank you to everybody who has already filled out that form. You can offer your opinion, offer your suggestions. I'm really grateful for all the great suggestions coming from everybody. I'm also grateful to Spurgeon Gammon. Thank you so much for your super chat. I take it you're from Canada. Thank you so much. So these picks are a great way to start to play single note lines. And I want to show you a cool way to, it's a fairly simple way to begin to play single note lines that embellish this chord progression. So let's get right into it. Pirate Jenny's got a tree pick. Cool, cool. We got A minor, right? Then G, and then F, and then E7. Well, take a look. You can play your A minor chord up here. Okay, that's 9, 8, 7. Looks like a staircase. Join in with me, please. A minor. Thank you so much, Mary, for that super chat. I truly appreciate your support, your presence here. The next chord is G, but instead of playing it down here, you're going to slide that first finger to the 5th fret and put your middle and ring finger at the 7th fret. Okay. And then for the F chord, you're going to slide that same shape on down. I'm working on a course of fretboard harmony. It's going to explain why these shapes are the way they are, why they live in the places they live. And then the last chord is E7, which is really an E major chord with an extra note. So if you listen to this, the lick I'm going to share with you is really just the notes on the top 2 strings. So this can be very handy. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take the first finger, 7th fret, second finger on the 8th fret, play those 2 notes, but we're going to play them with some rhythm. All right, the next pair of notes, 5th fret and 7th fret, and I'm using my ring finger and my first finger. All right, and that's the top 2 notes of that G major shape we were playing before. All right, now you're going to take the same exact shape, right? You see how it's 2 frets apart, and just slide it down 2 frets. And now you're going to slide it down 1 more fret. Yeah. I'm going to jot this out on the board real quick, but right now, 7 and 8, 5 and 7, 3 and 5, 2 and 4. And when you put this together with the chords, you have a variation. All right, so this is a cool way of embellishing the chords. Not too hard, I think. And what it is you take in the top 2 notes of your A minor chord. That's at the 7th fret. Then you're taking your G chord and you're plopping this shape down. That's at the 5th fret. Then you're playing your F chord. That's at the 3rd fret, same 2 notes, same shape. And then you have your E7 chord, and right here, we're right here at the 2nd fret, okay? I hope this is legible. It's difficult to write backwards. There you go. So these are called dyads, 2 notes. Dyads, 2 notes played simultaneously. They create a nice harmony. And this is really it's a gateway. You could call it a gateway drug into chord soloing, playing little bits of the chord on top. All right, so take a look with me. Thank you so much, Mary. Thank you, John. Appreciate you being here. Yep. And you probably know from hanging out with me that I don't think it's a good idea to practice like we're running to catch a bus. You know, take your time. You'll learn things more thoroughly. You'll have a more relaxing experience, and you'll retain it for longer. So it's okay if you take your time, you know? It's not supposed to be perfect the first time it comes out. When you take your time, you can really pay attention to the quality of your tone and how loose you're being. Once you feel this, and once you got this memorized, feel free to jot this down. Then you can start to play with the rhythm. Maybe you break up the strings too. All right, so this is something cool that you can put on top of an A minor, G, F, E7 chord, playing the dyads up top. Ho, oh, 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 boo, boo, bo, bo, do, 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 do. Let me know in the chat how you're feeling. I hope that this is useful for you. Make sure that you check out the links down below, because there's a free drawing to give away a tree pick. Tree picks are really cool wooden picks. There's also a link to enter your ideas for future courses that I'm going to be offering. Fretboard harmony is definitely one that I'm going to be offering. Why chords live the way they do. It's going to be music theory in an accessible way, things that are practical that can really help you to find any chord anywhere on the neck, all right, which is a skill that is not impossible. I'm going to show you in these upcoming courses how you can really understand the maze of the fretboard. There are definite patterns, and I look forward to sharing those with you. So, my friends, let's jam one more tune. We got time for one more, and then we're going to have a meditation. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, John, Mary. Thank you for those super chats. There are links down below if anybody would like to sign my mailing list. And there are also links for joining the Patreon page. Really appreciate you being here. I wanted to play a fun tune. I thought it'd be cool to play a Beatles song, and let's do I Saw Her Standing There. And this is a great tune, of course, and really accessible. All right, A7 is the first chord you need. D7. Yeah, definitely. We will. I see the chats. Thank you so much, everybody, and thank you to Jen. Forgive me if I'm butchering your name, Jen. Thank you very much for your support. Offering a super chat right there in the chat. Okay. The other chords you need an E7 and an F. All right. This is a really, really cool tune. Let's jam it out. 1, 2, 1. Start by strumming A7. Go. Thank you, Martin. Ready? 1, 2. She was just 17. And you know what I mean. And the way she looked was way beyond compare. looked at me, and I could see that before too long I fall in love with her. Now I'll never dance with another F. Ooh, and I saw her standing there. Well, my heart went boom when I crossed that room, and I held her hand in mine. Wow, we danced through the night, and we held each other tight, and before too long I fell in love with her. Gotta go up a page. I'll never dance with another. Ooh, when I saw her standing there. Play the verse, A7. Here comes the E7. Again, A7. A7. E7. All right, let's sing the bridge and take it out. Here's the bridge. Well, my heart went boom when I crossed that room, and I held her hand in my D7. Come on now, well, we danced through the night, and we held each other tight, and before too long I fell in love with her. I'll never dance with another. When I saw her standing there. Do that again. When I saw her standing there. When I saw her standing there. Ends on a D7. Let your voice go. La, 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 la. And A7. Well, thank you so much. In my ear, in my mind's ear, I'm imagining you all strumming along, and I'm hearing that harmony while I try to fill in the spaces with a little bit of a solo. Now, friends, thank you so much for jamming. This chart, see this last line? It's not complete. Oops. I think you could probably pick up on where to go. And before too long, I fell in love with her. You're going to have to go back up to I'll never dance with another. You know, this part. All right, so the chart isn't perfect, but hey, what is? Appreciate you hanging. Would you like me to share just a couple of quick rock and roll tricks? This is a song that if you've ever seen me play live, I like to do a little country Billy version of this. Danced through the night and we held each other tight, and before too long I fell in love with her. I'll never dance with another. I saw her standing there. All right, so I want to share with you a couple of rock and roll tricks. My goodness, some sweeties in the house today. Thank you very much. We have DNLUC, Danny Luke, number 9. I wonder what your name is, but thank you so much for your kind comment and your generous super chat. Joe, so glad you're here, man. Thank you. Really appreciate y'all being here. So if you've ever seen my video on the Ukulele Zen channel for Travis picking. I know many of you have, you've picked up my ukulele rockabilly book. There's a chapter on Travis picking. And that style of finger picking is something that I covered in my recent online fingerstyle workshop. It's not an easy finger picking, but it's not impossible. And what I'm doing is I'm applying it to this. So I'm applying it to those chords of Saw Her Standing There. What I wanted to do is focus on some simple but cool strumming things that you can add. So check it out. You have your hastily drawn ukulele diagram. When the chart says A7, it's an A major chord. An A7 is the same as an A major chord. It's just that the 7th is added to make it the 7th. Now, if you're hanging out and you're rocking and rolling on the A major chord, you can create the harmonic illusion. It's an illusion. You take your A major chord, and what you're going to do is you're going to create an illusion that you're playing an A7 chord. You're going to create a boogie woogie note. All right, so you see what I'm doing? I'm going to zoom in on my hand real close in a moment. The melody is the open E string, and you're going to drop the ring finger on the 2nd fret. You could slide that ring finger up to the 3rd fret or just use your pinky. And what you get is this classic sound that you hear in so many styles of music. All right, and if you just have a nice backbeat rhythm going, a good way to get comfortable with this is just to do 4 beats each note. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Join in with me one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So that's just to get our fingers comfortable with the idea of dropping extra notes onto our chord. But then to really get the boogie woogie feel, you're going to want to do every 2 beats. So check it out. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready? 1, 2, join, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So what you've done is sneaky. You've just created a little boogie woogie melody. That boogie woogie melody can have just 2 notes. You could have 3. You've probably heard this sound many times in your life. Here's how it lives over an A major chord. That same sound can be found on the D7 chord, and it's not so hard. Take a look. You take this. Is Munich still in the house? I was just looking at pictures with my wife. We used to tour Europe with a singer, and we played at the Circus Krone in Munich the last days of Oktoberfest in 2016 and 2018. We were there as well. And we're looking at pictures of the Nymphenburg Palace and beautiful Munich and other beautiful places in Germany and Europe. Hope to visit you all someday. Hope to visit my friends in Canada as well, and right here in the States. On the D7 chord, this is an A, this is a D7, and it's like an A7, you're implying the A7. So check it out, you're going to have your good old D7, and then you're going to add the note at the 2nd fret, and then you're going to add the note here. You can do this in a number of different ways. There's all kinds of creative ways you can do this. You got... And you can add this sound into I Saw Her Standing There to create all kinds of cool effects. Our lesson time is almost over, but I just want to show you some simple ways that you can do this. Let's do it in a very slow, mellow way, almost like a Lou Reed laid back rock and roll kind of feel. What we're going to do is we're going to go 2 notes on the A, and then we're going to change to the D7 and 2 notes. Yeah, and then go back to your A. Let's take a break. That was all about just getting the mechanics of the hand, right? Now the mechanics of this hand is you want to have that 1, 2, 3, 4. You want that backbeat drive to be in there. Ready? 1, 2, come on now. D7, D. Back to A, come on. E7, just play E7. A. All right, we just jammed out a little very quick 12-bar blues just as an example. Now, we can now have a 3-note melody by adding this note as well and this note. So many possibilities. You know, you could do something where you're just going 2 for a while and then 3. You know, so mix and match them. And then you can do the same thing with your D7. You know, so it's really up to you. It's just a matter of fitting them into the structure of the song form. All right, so these are in the key of A. You might be wondering, well, what about other keys? Well, that's stuff that I'll be sharing in future classes, so you can sign on my mailing list, and we'll get into that. But, you know, learn one thing. Just go into one subject. Dig one well, you collect more rain. All right, so let's do this. Let's do a 3-note boogie line on A, and then we'll go right to D7 and a 3-note boogie line, okay? It takes a little getting used to, taming the pinky, training the pinky, making this loose. Are you ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, A. D7. A 12-bar blues. We could sing, you know, we could sing, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. I mean, you can sing so many songs with those chords. But if we wanted to, we could apply this to this right here. And it's a little different structure. The song has a different structure, but the idea is that you can drop this vocabulary into any song now. So check it out. Even though it says A7 right there, well, she was just A7, you know that it's on A7. You know, you can just play A7, but you can imply the A7 with your boogie notes. You dig? Let me know in the chat if you dig and if you're following this. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. She was just 17. You know what I mean. And the way she looked was way beyond compare. Oh, now, sugar, oh, how could I dance with another? I saw her standing there. All right, and there's more that you can do, of course. You can always add more embellishments, but this is a good place to start. So, my friends, I hope that you enjoy this. For those of you who are music theory buffs, the melody is the 5th degree of the scale, the 6th degree of the scale, and the flat 7th degree of the scale. So that is the formula that's often added to chords. You make a two-note melody between the 5 and the 6, or the 5, the 6, and the flat 7. Okay. Music theory is really it's a lot of math to it. Thank you so much for joining me, friends. We're going to start to shift into the weekly mindfulness meditation. Thank you so much. Boogie, you too. Yeah. I've been getting into U2 a lot lately. I think I'm going to make a tutorial for a couple of their songs. I was thinking Stuck in a Moment would be a nice one to do. A lot of chords in that song, but it's a good one. Mary, thank you so much for your super chat. Diego, Mitchell, Diego, no sweat. You can watch this anytime as a replay. Hope that you and others will subscribe to my channel. Share news of my ukulele channel. I strive to make lessons that are accessible to beginners, but also push the boundaries of what we can do. I'm offering all kinds of new classes coming up. Thank you for a very fun session. Wouldn't you know, the fun meter is in the red. Thank you very much. Thank you for making this present moment a very wonderful moment. There are links in the chat, in the video description, if you would like to support. There is a link also for entering your name into a contest to win a set of tree picks. There is a link for offering your suggestions for future classes. Please, I look forward to hearing from you. Really appreciate all the input. Please sign my mailing list. There is also a link, if you're interested in some extra perks and supporting this channel, to Patreon. Blah, blah, blah. Don't want to talk too much. But let's get into the next phase of our time together, which is I'd like to share a relaxing meditation. Often meditation is thought of as trying to get someplace else. You know, we're going to improve ourselves, or we're going to sharpen our mind, and there's all kinds of benefits of meditation. However, in my experience, the practice is not about getting somewhere else. It's about arriving where we already are and awakening to the many, many miracles that are already present for us. And if there are difficulties, the practice of mindfulness meditation can help us to embrace those difficulties. And I want to share with you a very simple but powerful practice. And it involves focusing the mind on our breath, on our deep listening. Of course, that's very helpful for our music. And I hope that you'll stick around for that. Oh, thank you so much. Rena, if you would like to, yes, PayPal, there is a link to donate via PayPal or Venmo. Appreciate you being here. So, I wanted to now invite you to place your feet on the floor, and I am going to erase what's on the board. No sweat. You can always rewind this video. You know, it'll be available as a replay. These live stream videos are always available for you to watch at my YouTube channel. And I'm just going to write 5 pairs of words that will guide our meditation. This is what is known as a gatha. A gatha is a poem. It's to anchor our focus, our concentration on our breathing. And in a moment, I'm going to guide you through a very relaxing, accessible meditation. In, out, deep, slow, calm, ease, smile, release, present moment, wonderful moment. Just for the next 5 to 10 minutes, I invite you to place your feet on the floor. You may like to lay down. Make yourself comfortable and invite you to place aside any tasks, any projects, any distractions. All the projects, everything that we are working on so diligently in our lives will be waiting for us, patiently waiting for us when we're finished. So, I would like to begin by ringing a bell, and we will bring our attention into the present moment. Now, as I ring this bell, I invite you to listen to the sound until it decays completely into silence. You may notice there are low tones, mid tones, high tones, and begin to take some deep breaths. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much for all the kind comments, everyone. Thank you. So let's begin by taking some deep, conscious breaths, filling your belly with air deeply. Exhaling slowly, and begin to invite an atmosphere of relaxation. You can consciously relax the muscles in your face and your scalp, your jaw, your shoulders. Feel a wave of relaxation as you listen deeply to this bell. Mindfulness practice is not a competition, and it's totally natural if thoughts or body sensations distract you from the present moment. The practice is to return again and again with love, with loving kindness towards yourself. Let's listen to the bell a few more times, and then we will practice with the gatha, the guided poem. Bring your attention to your breathing, and now follow your breath as it flows in and out of your body. Notice where your breath rests. without directing or controlling your breath at all now. Just follow it. On your in-breath, silently say to yourself, breathing in. On your out-breath, breathing out. Bring a loving awareness to any sensations that you experience as you remain anchored in your in-breath and your out-breath. In, out. For the next stage, we begin to notice how our breathing is growing deeper and flowing slower. On your in-breath, mentally note deep. On the out-breath, slow. For the next stage, we breathe in a way that invites physical release and relaxation. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I feel at ease. Calm, ease. Bring your concentration to your breathing. Calm, ease. Softening the body, settling into this moment. We move to the next stage of the meditation, where we are going to invite a smile. Allow a smile to bloom upon your lips. It may just be a very small, the corners of your mouth turn up, that you can feel that positive energy radiating from your smile. Feel it spread through your body, from the corners of your mouth. Send it to every part of your body. and release any worries, any tensions. Know that in this moment you are well. Breathing in, I smile. Breathing out, I release. Smile, release. With your breath in and out. And for the fifth section, the fifth verse of the Gatha, we are established in the present moment. And we know that in this moment, there are many wonders. Breathing in, I dwell in the present moment. Breathing out, I know this is a wonderful moment. Follow your breath in and say to yourself silently, present moment. On the out breath, wonderful moment. With the power of your concentration, bring a loving awareness to any sensations in your mind stream or in your body as you follow your breathing in and out, deep, slow, calm, ease, smile, release, present moment, wonderful moment. Guide yourself through 5 more breaths using this gatha to anchor you in the here and the now. Remain anchored in your breathing as you slowly move your toes, wiggle your fingertips. You may like to bring some movement to your body gently and open up your eyes slowly. Remain connected to your breathing in and out. Namaste. Blessings to you all and your families. I hope that you enjoyed this practice. I appreciate you joining me for music making and meditation every week. 5 breaths. To share on a personal note, many times during the day, whether a real bell is rung or something happens in the day that creates a bong, wakes me up, I will pause and guide myself through 5 breaths. It takes only a minute and can awaken me, reestablish me in the present moment. All the wonders of life, so much more available. And the difficulties, so much more able to embrace them and take wise action, skillful action. So I share this practice with you in hopes that it brings you peace, serenity. Of course, modify it in any way that feels authentic to you. Thank you very much, everyone. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. Breathe out, I breathe out love. Take 5 breaths sometime and then play 5 notes. Little musical haikus are another way to meditate, and to meditate with your instrument and your creativity. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. I will see you next week. Have a peaceful week. Wishing you and your families all the best. Thank you for all the kind messages in the chat. So glad we have folks here from Florida, all the way to Canada, all the way to Germany and beyond. If you're watching this as a replay, thank you for hanging out to the very end. I hope that you have a peaceful week, that your music practice and your mindfulness practice brings you many enjoyable fruits, and that those fruits can be shared with your community. Thank you very much for being part of mine. Peace, love, and blessings to you and your family until we meet again. Thank you so much, everybody.